In this episode, we're talking about coming up with 10 ideas a day, engaging photos, and asking for advice. Hi guys, I'm Brittany from Not Another Blonde, and you're watching Blog with Brit, where I answer all your blogging and business related questions. If you're new to my channel, please give me a subscribe. I think it's below, maybe it's above, I don't know, but hit that subscribe button. I post new videos every Wednesday. This is our first Blog with Brit in the new apartment in California, and I'm so excited to be here with you. What I'm not excited about is the weather. I chose Wednesday to film today, and it just happens to be the hottest day of the year. So it's literally 91 degrees outside. I had to close the window and the door to avoid noises and distractions. So I'm just like roasting. So if you see like sweat dripping down my face, that is why. So I try really hard to memorize all the questions, but sometimes they're just too elaborate, so I can't. So this is one of those times. So I'm just going to read from my phone, and you guys are just gonna have to deal with it. When will coming up with 10 ideas a day be useful? Is the goal to have ideas on hand so you can pitch to brands so that they will want to work with you, or just to work on being better at coming up with ideas on the spot? Gia from the Blossom Project. Gia, coming up with 10 ideas a day will be beneficial to you in both of those settings. So if you want to pitch brands, coming up with 10 ideas a day will help get the juices flowing for what ideas you're actually going to pitch to brands. You need to, like, when you are pitching brands, it's not enough just to say, hi, I'm Brittany from Not Another Blonde, and I would love to collaborate with you. I've been a fan of the brand for years. Here's my blog, here's my media kit, hope to hear from you soon. Like, that's not gonna cut it today. You need to really like go in from a unique angle and have a unique perspective and know exactly what direction you want the collaboration to go and what ideas you want to implement to the brand that's gonna help, you know, do X, Y, and Z. So in that sense, coming up with 10 ideas a day is very beneficial. And then in the second sense, using it in like social settings or just work settings, like, you know, even if you're in a corporate environment and you're in a meeting and your boss is like, you guys are throwing around ideas and you're brainstorming things, you can be the one to really like facilitate that conversation and just tell all your ideas because you've been practicing writing down 10 ideas a day. So even though it might not apply to your blog, you're still applying it to some aspect of your life, right? Essentially, it just keeps you sharp. It improves your social skills. You're able to like bring more to the table in conversations by having these ideas. And it'll keep the creative juices flowing. So Christina from The Blonde Life wants to know, did you ask for advice when you started blogging? If so, from who? Friends, books, or other bloggers? Anyone and everyone that would talk to me. So I asked successful business owners, I asked entrepreneurs, I asked startup founders, I asked bloggers, real estate agents, models, editors at magazines. Literally, I asked anyone who would respond to me. And I will say in the beginning, I did not get many responses. And even to this day, if I ask a question to someone, it's very rare that I get a response, which is why I started Not Another Blonde, because I wanted this to be that community that, you know, the industry, the blogging industry, it just seems like there are so many secrets and things are very hush hush. And I wanted to make this an inclusive environment versus exclusive environment. Specifically for Not Another Blonde and NAB Media Group, I want to share my secrets. So that's why, like, I started the blog in the first place, because I couldn't find answers to questions that I was asking people and no one was answering them. So I made a promise to myself that when I felt I had the experience and I had the knowledge, I was going to bring that to my followers, to my audience. So here we are filming Blog with Brit. Like, there are not a lot of, you know, tutorials and videos and series that are like this, because I still think that the industry is so secretive. It's like people think that by sharing their success, it will somehow, by sharing their success with you, it will somehow take away from their success. And that's like not the case at all. If anything, it will add to their success and benefit them. But a lot of people just don't see it like that. That's my personal experience anyway. So yeah, I asked anyone for advice. Anyone who would listen to me for advice. I do want to add that because people weren't talking to me and telling me their secrets to success, I did take to the books. And I just bought any and every self-development and business book I could find. And still to this day, I'm always reading. I think reading and picking up a book and listening to podcasts are some of the best ways to learn to do anything, really. I mean, Google, like, you can literally learn anything from a book, from a podcast, from Google. So I think that if no one's talking to you, if no one's giving you that advice that you want to hear, go to the books, go to the podcast, go to Google, and just seek out your own mentors, right? Like, if no one's willing to actually mentor you, find your own. It doesn't, having a mentor doesn't mean you have to be one-on-one with that person. It just means that you are looking to them for advice. So you're watching what they're doing, you're consuming their content, you're reading their books, you're listening to their podcasts. So, seek out a mentor that way. Or, shameless self-promotional plug here, you can come to NAB Media Group and I will mentor you. I offer mentoring services if you want that one-on-one attention. And if you're someone who, needs a little bit of hand-holding, then for sure, come to me and I will gladly mentor you. It's what I love to do. It's what I'm passionate about. And it is why I started blogging in the first place. Dorothy from She Goes Where wants to know, do you find your articles perform better when you feature photos of yourself in them? I'm assuming articles means blog posts, and if that's the case, my answer is not necessarily. I think it really depends on the content of the blog post. If you're talking about Instagram posts, 110% photos where you're showing your face in them they will outperform any other photo. Landscape photos, flat lay, product shots, detail shots, like none of them hold a candle to showing a photo of yourself, like with yourself in the photo, because it's just, people feel that connection with you. They're able to see your face, connect with you. They feel like they trust you. They're putting a face behind a brand and behind a name and behind a voice. So in that case, if you're talking about Instagram, yes, photos of yourself will perform much better than any other photo. If you're talking about blog posts, which I assume you are, that's a different story. Again, it depends on the content. So if you could have really killer photos, but if the content isn't there, if you're talking about just if you're simply showing what you're wearing and talking about what you're wearing, that's not a great, interesting article, right? So if you take those photos and apply them to a different article with different content on a different topic, then that might increase your engagement for that post for sure. But it really, with blog posts, it's a totally different game and it depends on the content. So what are the meat and potatoes behind your blog post that you're putting out? Are you just talking about what you're wearing? Because if so, we need more from you. We need more value. Your content, I say this all the time, I sound like a broken record, but your content should either entertain, educate, or inspire your audience. So if your content doesn't hit one of those three marks, then start from scratch, start over, and create content that does those things. If your content is doing those things, then it really shouldn't matter, and your blog photos won't really have an effect on how much engagement you get, depending on the content. So I would definitely evaluate what content, what text you're putting behind your blog post photos. However, if you're talking about a good photo, a good photo of you or of anything is going to draw people in. So yes, there is value in creating high quality content photos for sure. But I personally think that there's more value in the copy and the caption and the text and the actual content that you're putting out there versus the imagery. That's me. I'm sure people will be totally disagree with me, but that's just how I feel. But, in a perfect world, if you could have both of those things be amazing, have amazing imagery and have amazing content and put them together, you are golden. You are going to be a macro influencer in no time and you're going to kill it and dominate the industry. But for most of us, I think we're either really good at one or the other. So for me, for example, I'm really good at the content portion of it. So I am good at writing. I'm decent at video. I'm okay at speaking. And taking pictures and imagery and creating beautiful pictures is just not my forte. Like, it's just not something that I'm great at. Even when people are like directing me what to do, I still feel like a fish out of water. And it's just not a strong suit of mine, and that's okay. But so yes, you do need attractive photos to, you know, initiate that engagement. But if you have attractive photos plus really killer content, like in the caption of your photos or the blog post itself, you are gonna win and you're gonna kill it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me any questions, comments, or concerns down below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I know I said it before, but I'm gonna say it again. And yeah, feel free to reach out to me or stalk me on Instagram at NotAnotherBlonde. Check out my blog for more blog tips, www.notanotherbblonde.com. And if you would like to be mentored, or if you're interested in branding, social media, or influencer marketing services, check out www.nabmediagroup.com. That is my media agency, and I would be happy to help you. See you later.